not exactly the same. They are slightly different. And of course, when you have 11 tube lines, the Elizabeth line, DLR, and now of course 6 overground distinct lines, you're always going to have colours that are similar. If you look at other networks around the world, Paris Metro for example, they have similar line colours, but what they have done and what we have done is ensure that the lines are as far away as possible where you have similar colours. And of course there will be occasions where 2 lines cross, but the overground is distinct by having the white line down the middle. So I'm confident that we've minimised the confusion, but of course on a tube map with many different colours for different lines, there is always a possibility of some confusion, but the key point here is there's less confusion than having 6 lines all the same colour.
I think it will help people who are local will get used to them more quickly if you're a regular user. If you're a less regular user, I think the whole network becomes more accessible. If you lived in Croydon now and you wanted to go to Chingford, it's all a mess of orange spaghetti, and actually now you'll have distinct lines that are easy to navigate using the same principles that we've been using for 100 years for the underground. The budget for the project is about £6 million. The vast majority of that is being spent on all of that signage change. We've got 6,000 signs to change to be able to make the network more accessible, and that's really what this is about, making it accessible for current users and encouraging new users to come to the network.
The lines are very, very similarly coloured to the underground lines, and in a couple of places the light blue line crosses with the Victoria line, and I think it's the Windrush line crosses with the Central line. Is that not a bit confusing for people?
So one of the things that we did, in addition to speaking to customers, local communities, historians and industry experts, is speak to those who are experts in relation to colours, including those who are visually impaired. We were keen to make sure those who are visually impaired have no additional challenges but have ease. And so lots of research has been done to make sure the colours work in relation to not causing confusion and aiding it. And I'm reassured by the research done that the new colours work.
There is obviously issues with the Central line at the moment. £6 million. Would that money have been better put to use improving the underground as it is, rather than making changes elsewhere?
So the reasons why we've got these 6 distinct names, colours for these lines of the overground, is to improve wayfinding, to make it easier to get around London Overground. It's a real problem at the moment.
So it's money well spent.
Absolutely, but actually it's money from within the TfL budget. We've already set aside and are spending £500 million to refurbish those Central Line trains. I want to apologise to those customers who are receiving a bad service. The cost for new trains is billions of pounds. I know this because of the Piccadilly line. So look, the money that we spent on the overground is money well spent, but the idea that all leads to new trains on the Central Line is just not true.